Hey, Chuck here with 714 Web, and I just want to take a minute and explain a little bit more about the 16-step playbook, who it's for, what the purpose is, how it works, and how to connect this to your business to grow your business. So if you have a custom pool building business or a backyard renovation company, then your a service-based business where you have the potential or there's potential for you to be really busy and then not so busy, and then really busy and not so busy. And everyone's looking to fill a pipeline so they can keep a steady flow of leads coming in and have a steady flow of business to do. So the trick to that is to load that pipeline up and to get that coming in. Now, if you're working off sphere of influence, word of mouth, then that's tough because there's not always an overflow of leads. And an overflow of leads is really what you're looking for. In order to achieve that, which by the way is totally plausible and possible, you really just want to do some free, simple marketing. The first step is to answer questions people ask before they ask them. The reason is because people do all the research online before they ever call anyone. So before anyone even talks to their friends or neighbors or goes online to look for pool companies, they actually start to do a little research like, do I have enough room in my backyard for a pool? Or how much does a pool cost? That's a big one. And so when you can provide answers for these questions in long form content, in other words, 1,000 words, 2,000 words, then people are going to read that content and thereby engage with you and become aware of your business. Now, if someone types in pool builders near me, then you're fighting to compete in that list. You want to either show up as a sponsored ad, or you want to be in the business profile in the map pack, or you want to show up organically. And those are all, that's great. And that is definitely a thing of concern, something you want to do, and we can help you with that. However, when people search how much does it cost to build a pool, or when they search how much room do I need for a pool, then you actually are going to, there's a lot better chance of you getting in front of that person because there's far less competition and there's way more searches like that. People are 10 times more likely, maybe even 50 or 100 times more likely to start researching before they call a pool builder. It just depends on their personality and their profile. And there's way more people that are going to want to know more information before they actually talk to someone on the phone. So for those people, you want to write this content and answer those questions. The title of the page needs to be the question, and then the content of the page needs to be the answer. And you also want to put the answer concisely in one or two sentences in the meta description. And we can get more into that later, but I just wanted to kind of give you an intro to the Ask You Answer and what this thing's all about. Thanks for watching. Look for further videos.